Hello everybody, good morning. The time is 8:37 a.m. on March 31st. Got a few messages for you. Someone asked another, can I take this? There's something about Nevada. These misogynists, folks, who, they're not human. They said, we want to hang onto all of that. It's not theirs. They are thieves and they want it. Another one said she needs her medicine. They have all of you in mind. They want your, so they want your stuff, Earth Angel. They want the merchandise of the Earth Angel. They intend to either stop your medication or taint it somehow, or the fact that you need it means that you're not natural or completely healthy, and therefore you're not perfect and not a super sacrifice. But they want your stuff. They're stalking you, looking for a relationship. They're worried about your psychic abilities, and they need to trap your clairvoyance and your properties. They want the Earth Angels merchandise. It's not just stuff, it's your energy, but not the high vibing energy. They want the suffering energy. So, the adrenals and such caused from such suffering. They're still concerned about dental records. You've got unique tooth patterning and perhaps issues. They haunted her, someone said, and another one said, calm down. Energetically, So these ones really like the energy. They don't like the medication. So someone's not completely healthy or natural. Their Lord doesn't particularly care for these kinds of sacrifices. But they're thinking of this one as an appetizer for the black hole soul. It's just same garbage, different day. And a little bit more desperate, it seems. Somebody said, are you aware? I had a vision. A woman, she had longer brown hair with lighter skin. She had a tissue to her nose, and she waved her right hand in front of me and told somebody else to do something. She's nauseous. So the energy that you are emitting is making these low vibrational entities sick. And they really want you out of this domain that they have stolen and intend on stealing again. This is your territory. They don't belong there. That's why they're sick. This is God's land. They keep throwing magic at the collective, and it appears that it's alchemized and it's increasing your potency. They want revenge because what they're doing to you isn't hurting you. It's only magnifying you and their suffering. There's something about tears, T-I-E-R-S, which is a level or grade within the hierarchy of an organization or system. They want this woman's status, and they want her tears, T-E-A-R-S. They love those. Something is brand new, which looks like the structure of this hierarchy or organization has been reformatted. Something about your integrity on your social media accounts. I had a vision of a masculine. He was snarling a bit and all of his teeth were showing, the upper and the lower, and he was not happy, very upset. There's something about a street, and someone said, uh-oh. These ones love war. There's something about a stabbing. And then someone said, the cat's out of the bag. Somebody told these ones that they were rotten to the core, or someone is telling them that. There's something about 1959. These ones, they have the technology to transport people through time, portals and such. And maybe they want to send you there. They're saying that you humiliated them. They're still looking for a pure Sagittarius woman who apparently will fit the bill for their prophecy. Happy, someone said, and da-da-da-da yourselves. So someone's feeling happy, and they're commenting about others and their status or whatever. Much better than yourselves or whatever. Then there were the song lyrics that kept playing in my mind. Somebody's watching me, oh, or however that goes. It seems like paranoia is setting in. They are being surveilled and they know it. Someone said, and it sounded like a younger masculine, he said, I got choices. Another person is losing a home, and someone else is talking about acreage. There's something about under the skin. Now, I don't know about any of you who, how many of you have actually been infiltrated like this. But in 2003, when I was first infiltrated by these entities, it did feel like they were under the skin, crawling under the skin. It was like parasitical movement. It felt like twitching, but there was no muscular activity. So it was a infestation of parasites, and there were hundreds and hundreds of voices in my head. It was really terrible. So now apparently somebody else has something under the skin, or they want to put something under the skin. It feels like something's under the skin. Perhaps they are dealing with what you once dealt with. Someone said the name Jesse. So it's like they're trying to tap into somebody or a member of somebody's family. This felt like somebody's family member. And there was something about abandoned. So it could be a brother that may be suffering triggers of abandonment, blaming their older sister for not protecting them. This is what it felt like. And it's like these ones are manipulating his mind, intending on using him to stab her. They wanted to do a stabbing. And this happened previously. There was a previous lifetime where this actually happened, and they want to do it again. So if you have history of something like that, stay away from your brother or whoever this is, because they're programmable and they've got triggers that they refuse to heal. And they're angry and blaming you still after all this time. And not only are they blaming you, they could have convinced their wife and family how terrible you are. So you've got lots of energy coming at you with this. So, and if they're trying to manipulate his mind, he will have support from all these people, which will really jazz him up and get him ready to do it. It'll snap his mind. So be wary about that. God mentioned that. So it's like, all right, everyone, that gives us an excuse too, because dang. So apparently God's talking to these people, and there are loopholes for this massive return regarding karmic debt. The curator said, I ask and I see who I'm trying to find out about. So it's like he's recruiting someone or showing someone or baiting them with a dark force cooperation, which grants gifts. It seems like maybe they could be talking about a looking glass or a crystal ball or some kind of a stone, philosopher's stone. Somebody is calling this curator and his friends baneful, which is harmful and destructive. Seriously harmful. Baneful is the harmful effects of envy and jealousy. Now, when I looked at the clock at the time that this message was received, it was received at 1:44 a.m. So this is regarding the earth angelics. There could be an earth angel or somebody in support of them saying such a thing. Apparently, there has been an attack. And something about there's 150 globes anymore. So something about there's 150 globes anymore. So it could be that there were 150 globes. Maybe there aren't 150 globes. One of you out there is like a god or a goddess or both of time and creation. This is your intellectual property. This is the intellectual property of God. These ones trapped the angelics, and they trapped the clairvoyance and the creation skills of their mental body. And then they created all these matrices, these false timelines and matrices. And there apparently was 150 globes, and there isn't anymore. They're being dismantled by the true creator, God and goddess. There's something about sneaky pink. And for some reason I got the thought about that artist, that songster person named Pink popped into my mind. But it could be something else for you. Take it as it resonates. They're talking about a prophecy, how a survivor would be innocent and rise from the ashes of the fire, and how others were pretending to be this one. Many stars and suns were buried in dark misery and kept there by brutality. There's a lot of fakers out there pretending to be the stars and the suns. They've stolen their clairvoyance, their clairaudience, and their creationary gifts of the mind. These are liars, thieves, harming innocence and purity for this benefit. Somebody rose above this suffering and reported irrefutable evidence, records of evidence in the Akashic of the patterning happening to the people. Someone is getting or has clarity. They're talking about compounds, which is a mixture of two or more elements. So it could be that the stars and the suns are united and spiritually yoked. There's another thing. It's to make something worse or intensifying the negative aspects of. So because there have been unions, these kingdom unions, these eternal love unions of the soul and spirit, it is intensifying the fight against these shining ones. It's making it more difficult for them. They can't stomach the energy. So they could be doing baneful magic, and it's backfiring, making things worse for them. It's like whatever they throw at you is alchemized, and then it bounces back on them, intensified. They were abusing the creation of and the instruments of the Most High God, the sons and the daughters, the suns and the stars. The most delicate instruments that were to be utilized to create a golden globe were made to suffer so that their light would be dim and lower vibrational entities could be here and play God and goddess, princess and such. There's folks out there, these low vibrational folks, that are actually sick and nauseous by the light energy that you are emitting right now into the world. They've got a whole list of people that they want to get rid of. They abuse these instruments so bad and so disrespectfully that it could have compounded the return of their work, their karmic debt. They twisted the angelic beings of the sun and the stars, trying to turn them into a beast and get them trapped in the underworld, while they extracted the energy, the clairvoyance, and the creation gift of the mind, mimicking their light by wearing a dimmer variant of its harvest. I was praying about how grateful I was that this beast that they twisted me and tried to get me to stay in, it loves me. And I was praying about it, you know, how grateful I was. And Spirit Divine said tempered, which is calm and controlled, not easily angered or upset, and made less intense or extreme. So these abusers could not strip the love or the light out of you, collective. Instead, the love in you tempered the beast that they tried to turn you into. You alchemized the energy and you brought it into harmony within you. And you remained the angel that you are. So he who walks with me is far greater than my oppressors, and they are in trouble. I, like many of you, are the instrument and the reminder of the divine, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Creator. Those who despise we shining ones are talking about some kind of rationality. You are reasonable and logical in your opinions, beliefs, and practices. You're not over the top, extravagant, envious, jealous, very humble and wise. Adding her to the list, some masculines said. They're talking to the curator, and they want the adrenals of this one and the other, earth angelics. They're talking about the military. They could be using the military to go round up the names on this list. They're talking about the empire of the emperor and the empress, which is here now rising. And they don't want this to be a golden globe. They're all very low vibrational, and they intend very much to keep your merchandise and stay here while you suffer. They must keep it. They can't dwell in your high vibrational light. They can't dwell on a golden globe. They will die. They will fizzle out and literally like burn up or whatever. They'll get sick and die. You can see the action right now in the political system where someone is trying to dominate the world systems. You know, there's talk of bringing military into Greenland to force them, the indigenous people, to hand over their land and their elementals, their resources. They've been talking about Mexico a lot, and they've also been talking about taking over Canada. So this wannabe dominator, the one that is low vibrational, intending to keep the merchandise of the earth angelics, is now out there trying to bully his way into being the emperor. But he's not worthy of the position. You all know that. A true emperor isn't going to just go in and obliterate people because they want their resources. They have integrity, morals and values, and honesty. And the bullying that they provide belongs to those who bully others. You know, your intention shall be your gift, sort of thing. They know that you're clairvoyant and clairaudient, and yet still they're speaking in the collective field that you are part of. I don't think they can escape it. And honestly, I don't think that these are their gifts. These are stolen mental gifts that they have taken from those that are in suffering right now and don't remember who they are or what they can do. They may be addicted to some kind of drugs, or they may be in a severely abusive home or whatever. Very low vibrational environment. They love the low vibrational energy. So they're doing something backwards or reciting something backwards. They're discussing whether or not you meditate to connect to the divine. They know that you don't, or at least not like them anyhow. You're a soprano, a very high-ranking dignitary. and you are naturally connected. All of your communications aren't necessarily audible. They may be completely silent. They can't tap into that and discover that, and they're concerned about their privacy as they intrude upon everybody else's. You know, they're very arrogant. They have no humility, and they consider themselves as the authority. And I really feel as though they are about to be humbled. These ones are in danger. And they've just increased their danger by adding you to this list. I thought I heard a saw, you know, like one of those miter saws, the right angle saw things, as it started up. You know how it gets that special whirring noise, like a bleep, bleep, as it's gearing up? Well, that's what I heard a couple times. Now, I don't know if somebody was sawing something with a saw or whatever, but that's what I heard. They know that somebodies are right next to each other, or they're putting somebodies right next to each other. They're trying to mimic this duo, this emperor and empress, so that they can replace that which is bringing them down, so that they can control the narrative and the energy and the vibration of the planet and the people and everything else of the planet. They're talking about your generosity and the mimicking of it if they get the opportunity. But they certainly won't be able to hold that facade very long because they're too cruel and greedy. They're saying that your energy sabotages you because you're shining so brightly that they come from everywhere to target you. They can't stand your high vibrational energy or your attitude. You know, because they think they're the kings and queens, gods and goddesses, and they've been in control of this atmosphere for so long that you being here really ticks them off. And the courts already know at this point that this is what they do. You know, they mimic the divine. So the courts know this, and I'm hoping that the spiritual courts aren't corrupt like the 3D courts seem to be. Another masculine said, "This is my horse." Some of these stars and suns have been born under the sign of horse in the Chinese astrology, and they really want to ride that horse. You know, like the Jesus story. He rode in on a donkey, or he rode in on a horse. They're trying to rewrite the story, and they're going to use horse this time rather than donkey. And you're the horse, and you're also the star or the sun. Which means they're moving against God and Goddess, Mother, and your appointed protector. And there's multiple of them within many layers and levels of the realms. They're telling each other to be careful, that as long as they're nice to you, nothing happens. It's like you don't respond. It's like they yell in your face. They poke you with things, you know, instruments. They were trying to like poke instruments into the brain. Like they want to tap into your clairvoyance and your clairaudience. They want to gain control over the messages that you receive or that you give, or they want to spy. And and apparently you don't do anything about it. You just kind of, unless they actually like get aggressive with you, nothing really happens. Your beast doesn't come out. It's very well tempered. A feminine said, "Tow us up." So they want to use your energy and your essence to lift them out of this realm, whatever realm they're in. They want to be towed up into this fifth dimensional or whatever dimensional space because they've fallen. They're moving against a feminine dignitary. And they know that these ones are the original. This emperor and this empress. They're still saying that she has to be innocent, and they're saying that she's not, according to their standards. So their master won't appreciate this particular sacrifice, but it can be utilized as an appetizer, as an adrenal snack. They need this light to heal their soul, their black hole, you know, that is their Lord or whatever. They're calling it their soul. There is a feminine here that is going to try to get the information. She is a mask wearer out there, completely dark on the inside, but is a professional actress, and she's playing the part of an angel, and no one suspects her. I believe she's a Jezebel, shape-shifting entity who has been doing this angelic role for a long, long time. She knows how to glamour herself as this purity, and she simply isn't. No one suspects it. She's trying to skew the perception of the supporting collective regarding this Empress and the Emperor, particularly the Empress. They're working dark, illusionary, mental manipulation on the unsuspecting. They don't suspect her. She's very sweet. Everything that you would think an earth angel would be. She's psychic, said the Curator. They're trying, and again, they're trying to force sharp instruments into the brain to gain antenna or access to the clairvoyance. They're worried about their privacy while invading everybody else's. Scoundrels, somebody said, which are dishonest, unscrupulous people or persons. They are rogue. They've gone rogue, and they're setting a bad example for others. Bring her to me, one said. So I'm not too certain that they understand what they got themselves tangled up with here. They think they're the master. And the fact that they haven't been successful yet hasn't deterred them from this mindset. And, you know, I feel that whoever tries to retrieve the names on their list, they're not going to survive. And it would probably be beneficial to reconsider their alliances, although once they're discovered, I don't think they'll have that opportunity. Some time ago, the Mother Divine said, be prepared, they won't survive. Father Divine said, they're going to get what they deserve. And it isn't you. So that's what I got for you this morning. I hope that it brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.